Hi everyone, welcome to Python Osmosis, episode 43, the screencast that makes printing your output even prettier. I'm Ryan Shea, and in this episode we'll be talking about the standard library, output formatting. I've got 4 different modules to talk about within the standard library for output formatting: Repr, pprint, textwrap, and locale. So the first is Repr. Now we know Repr from it's one of 2 ways. Repr and stir are ways of representing an object as a string in Python. So let's first create a set. So A equals the set of all the unique letters in supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Now if I hit A, that's the Repr version of it. It's sort of hard to look at because each letter is on its own line, and you can imagine if that was even a longer set, it would spill off the top of the screen. But if I do print, it's going to do a string representation of it, and that as well goes beyond one line, so it wraps around. So that can get a little bit tough to look at. If we import the Repr module here, we can use the Repr function from Repr to print A, and what it's going to do is truncate that particular set and put a ... That can be pretty useful if you've got like let's say you're looping through an arbitrarily long list, and you don't want to be confused about where one begins and the next, or one ends and the next begins. So here's the next one, pprint. Pprint I use all the time. It stands for pretty print. If you have a real complex data structure, of which there could be many types, there could be dictionaries of lists. And in this case, I just have a dictionary of dictionaries. So this is a phone list where each person in the dictionary has a dictionary, and that dictionary is their home phone, work phone, etc. Now if I print phones, that can be pretty ugly to look at. It's not real clear to me. I need to sort of scan through to see where Bob Smith begins, where John Doe begins. But if I use pprint, you see that it's represented a lot better. It's easy to see. I can see exactly what Bob Smith's home phone is. Just really nice display. So as a general rule, if the thing that you're printing out looks horrible and is confusing and impossible, just try using pprint, see if it gives you a good result. The next one is textwrap. What this is going to do is take formats a paragraph of text to a given screen width. So in this case, my screen width is maybe about 60 characters, but let's say I wanted to take a string. Here's a string. So that's big and long, and obviously it goes beyond the width of my terminal here. I'm going to use the fill function from textwrap, and then I'll send it s, the string that we just created, and you can specify width equals, in this case I'll do 40. Or I could do 60, or I could do 30. So it's just a nice way to put in the maximum width that the printing can be. The last one we're going to talk about is locale. So locale pulls in a database of what they call culture-specific data formats. So what that really means is in the U.S. we put a $ in front of our currency printing. There's certain ways of breaking up numbers by 3 digits at a time, and we can do that in Python. So the way that you do that is locale.set locale, and then I'm going to do locale.lc _ all, and then I'll just take the default, and you see I've set my locale to US English UTF-8. conv equals locale conv. Okay, and this is going to get a mapping of all of those conventions, all of those things that are culture specific. So, whoops, conv. And you can start seeing all these things. What is a decimal point, currency symbol, what does grouping look like, international currency symbol, USD, you get the idea. So it's all the things that are specific to, in this case, English, US, UTF-8. Now we can do things like set a number and do a formatting. Okay, locale.format %d for a digit, and then we pass in what we're passing, in this case, x, and we specify grouping equals true. It used that database, that conv database, to figure out how to do the grouping, in this case 3 digits at a time. Another thing that we can do is currency. Let's take a look at that. All right, so I said take a string followed by this arbitrary float and use the currency symbol value from conv followed by the fraction digits, which if we look up here, fraction digits is 2, of x, the number that we have up here. And yeah, we want you to do grouping. So that gives us a way of sort of writing code that is just takes individuals' locality into effect. So if you were writing something that needed to be seen by a lot of different types of people, needed to be internationalized, hey, that's a great way to do it. It's built right into the standard library. That's all for now. This screencast is directly inspired by the official Python tutorial by Guido van Rossum at python.org.